All right, guys. So following the instructions, mount the pump. All right, so I got it mounted. I removed the 2 bumper bolts and slid the pump on the left side, ran the wires and the hosing down, tightened it down, and got it mounted. The next step was mounting the nozzle, and it required a little bit of drilling. So I took a 13/32 drill bit, pulled the charge tube off, drilled the hole, put the nozzle in, ran the line to the filter, and the filter down to the pump on the outside. So next was the hoses, obviously, and the tank. So I removed the stock overflow tank, installed the tank that came with the kit, and it comes with a 90. That goes down to the suction side of the pump. And then it comes with a brown wire that runs to the low level side, which brings us to the wiring part. I had to wire the map sensor and run the wiring into the firewall. Came with a new map sensor, 3-prong, and that runs all the way across into the firewall. And then the other part runs to the throttle position sensor where it plugs in, and then the other part plugs into the factory harness. So now I have all this wiring that I have to put the loom over, and then I'm gonna push it through the grommet. But before I do that, I have to mount the overflow tank that it comes with as a replacement. And this is it right here. So the directions say to put it on the back side here, in between the battery and that. All right, so behind the battery didn't work right, so I just put it over here on the other side. I just ran the hose all the way across. So now it's time to tackle this wiring. I'm gonna run the loom on it and then push it through the firewall. All right, I got the wire loom all put on. Ran nice and neat across the factory harness. Now it's time to push it through the firewall and start on the interior wiring. All right, so moving into the car, I think this is where I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna mount it probably a little bit better where it's visible, but I'm gonna keep it in the cigarette holder this way. It's kind of tucked away. And now I can tackle all this under here. So I gotta get the controller mounted and then all the wiring done. And then once all that wiring is done, the last thing I gotta do is install in the dashboard here, there's a little LED light that indicates the low tank level. And I believe there's one other light that tells you when it's armed. And that's pretty much it. So next video is actually gonna be me hopefully running the car, so stay tuned for that.